Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about some upcoming events that seem to be kind of pressing. And so what I've been getting about the media lately is that they're basically prepping the normies or the people that are not quite as awake with a lot of truth that's coming out, especially on Fox News. And there's some pretty big things that have come out recently, and I can't say them on YouTube, but if you just go look at like TikTok or Telegram, you'll definitely find them. But there's mention of Clarence Thomas's wife and something that she put out. There's mentions of all kinds of different things that have been happening. And I noticed that a lot of this same news is in print, and it's not necessarily put the same way either. So it's being put in a different way. But all of it is about starting to wake people up. That's what I get. So even if it's accurate or not accurate, it's about waking people up. And I do get that something will happen with Taiwan, and it will basically be a cleanup as well. And I think it's Taiwan, not Thailand. Taiwan. I do get about it that there is basically some bad things going on there. Not as many, but the bad things going on there were actually more extreme, which is crazy, but more extreme than in some of the other places. Like they took it farther. So the bad guys and underground. So, and then I wanted to talk about the Queen. So Queenie is still the trigger I get as far as her passing. And what I get is as soon as she passes, the MSM or the mainstream media will flip to truth. And I don't get that all of them will be here anymore. I get it will be pretty quick that there will only be 2 sources on TV is what I get. And it will be most likely CNN and Fox News. And I get some of the print news will also go away. So we'll see how that goes. And then I get that there will be some kind of a big event. And all of this will happen basically at the same time. So the big event could either be key arrests that happen, like Mr. O, Mr. B, and Mrs. H, those people. Or it could be a scary threat. And I think they've been kind of pushing that scary threat a little bit anyway. But what I get is it's completely fake. And it's just a reason in order for the military to take over. I do get that they will basically take over all at the same time, worldwide. And some things also to mention are food shortages. I don't get that that will last very long. I don't get that that will be very severe. I think we will be missing some of the packaged food that we've been used to. But as far as like really being short on food, I don't get that that would last more than a week and a half. And, you know, you might have to eat some boring meals for a week and a half. But I feel that there are basically warehouses all over the world where food has been stored and they've been taken over kind of by the white hats. And I feel like this is more basic food. So what I'm getting is a lot of dried food and maybe some vegetables like that last longer. So like potatoes and onions and those kind of things. And I feel like those kind of foods that are more perishable have been getting swapped out. And also canned food and seeds for some reason. So if you can plant anything this year, I definitely would. I think it's a good idea because the grocery stores won't be as plentiful with as many choices in the future because a lot of the food has been really bad for us. So those kind of food choices are going to go away. You know, like packaged cereals and things like that that have been full of fillers and things that we really shouldn't be eating because they're hurting us, especially the chemical additives. But anyway, that is not anything to get extremely worried about, is what I get from my higher self. And as the fall of Babylon continues, basically, what we're going to see, and a lot of this is like almost all at once, we're going to see the government as we know it collapse, and the RV will happen. So I get that the RV or the reevaluation of currency will happen through the military only. I don't get that there will be any banking that deals with that. So be very careful when you're doing that. I also get that the medical system as it collapses, which will be, I feel it'll be very rapid. The med beds will also be brought to the public as far as like revealed to the public. The med beds will be also completely controlled by the military, and I get that that will basically go on for a couple of years. It will only be military that will be handling the med beds as far as in charge of them. But I do get that a lot of doctors and nurses are being trained to actually, you know, put people in them and use them and operate them. And then I got that Hollywood and everything that's been happening to younger people will be revealed. And also what's been going on with the 3-letter agency that starts with C will be revealed and exposed. And the years of things that that agency has been doing. So those 3 things will happen in quick succession is what I get. But the government and medical will be first. Then I get that the companies, so a lot of the really large companies in the world have become these massive conglomerates. And I don't get that BlackRock or Vanguard are going to be around anymore. And the stock market will not be a thing anymore. I think everybody will get their money, whatever was in the stock market. But I don't get that it will actually be something that will continue because it's kind of like gambling. So I don't see that continuing. But I also don't see big companies continuing. So the platform I'm speaking to you on right now, I see it as its own entity in the future. I see it as being broken off from the parent company and revamped and completely uncensored. So, and I also see the email that comes with the same company, that search engine company. I see that email continuing, but being its own entity. the search engine that begins with G, I don't see that continuing. So we'll have to see how that goes. So there's going to be a shakeup with the internet for sure. A lot of things are going to change. But also companies, you know, that are just huge, like your telecom companies and Amazon and things like that, they're going to change a lot. And a lot of the social media, I don't believe will be there anymore. So the ones that starts with F, I don't believe will be there anymore. The one that starts with I think it will also probably go. The one that starts with T and is like a clock will probably go. And there was one more that I got that would go. Oh, the one that is like a little bird and it tweets will probably also go. So social media is going to be a huge cleanup process. And schools are going to then be exposed. So the whole education system will be exposed. And all education will have to change. But that is then going to lead into the higher up people in the religious institutions. They will also be exposed. So I think I've said a lot of this already, but all of that stuff I get will be basically done by September. It may bleed into September a little bit. I think that, you know, obviously trials and things like that are going to be going on all summer long. And we will be reorganizing ourselves as a society. Now, that's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but a lot of things will happen quite quickly because I think they've been happening in the background for a long time. But as far as the way we function goes, you know, as people, it's going to take us a little time to get used to it. I do think that the schooling for children will be something that parents basically have a huge hand in the future. And I don't believe that we're going to be working as much. I do think that we will be working, but not as much. And as far as the whole currency thing goes, I also got that there would be a $2,000 a month, like, I don't really want to call it like a stipend or anything, but basically everyone would get that, and all over the world, and it would basically be said that it's to rebuild the economy. And then after the 6 months, I got that we would have access to the straw man account that was created at birth. And then we would get $10,000 a month after that, which is a lot, and have access to other money if we were buying something large. So like a house or a car, things like that. But in general, I don't believe that things are going to cost as much in the future because the money will be backed by something real. And I think that the work week will be shortened. People are going to do more at home. They're going to do more together. And people will also be going through kind of a mourning period, not just for the people that will possibly pass during this time period because they did something that they thought would cure them, or the people that, you know, were involved in a lot of the bad things that have been happening. But I think there'll be a mourning period or an adjustment period for the way of life that everyone has been used to. So a lot of people will be in shock. And the main thing to do is to really just keep your energy and your consciousness as high as you can to take care of yourself through this time, because you are a beacon for everyone else around you. Like, you're giving off good energy for them as well as yourself. So as you take care of yourself, that changes the dynamic in the world. So think about that. I'm going to do one on ascension really soon as well. And I just wanted to get that out to you guys today because I felt like it was really important, and I wanted to do that. Okay, so I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. It's getting towards afternoon now, so just take care of yourself. Everything will work out, and don't worry too much, and don't pay too much attention to all the stuff that you already know about that's happening. If you already know the story, don't go get reabsorbed into it, because it's not good for your consciousness. And that's about all I wanted to say, but have a beautiful one. Bye.